bring everything but the hog out. Think we eat nothing but grass, what you talking about? I'm about to jump into the whip and hit the Whole Foods early. Get everything to get that soul food and get a roast of that tofu turkey. Got cornbread, even got stuffing. Mashed potatoes so good, put your hands in it. String beans and you know we got yams with it.
Welcome back, all you beautiful souls, spreading compassion in the tofu cube of truth all around the world. And sorry, that's Sasha in the background there, shouting as always. Today I wanted to do a very serious video, guys. It's 3.5 years since I actually went vegan, just this past week here. And actually, as you'll probably see in the camera here, I'm looking so much better. I'm actually recovered from my eating disorder. I'm well above the normal BMI, healthy BMI of 18.5. I'm not going to tell you where exactly I am. I'm in the 20s anyway, but that's all that really matters. And I've still got a good bit of weight I want to put on. I want to get to a certain number, so I'm really healthy. I'm gaining so much strength, clarity of mind, motivation, and just love and zest for life, guys. I really am. To think of where I came from, if you don't actually know all about my eating disorder story, I'll link it up above. Please go and check that playlist out. It explains everything. But just to give you a little rundown of it, basically where I started, I've had an eating disorder for now 22 years, which actually began with the loss of my mum in 1997. At that point, I was a semi-professional footballer, and I was actually working in a slaughterhouse, would you believe it, because I was forced in there by the job centre because I was on a developmental contract as a developmental footballer, so I wasn't going to be earning money till after that 3-year period. At that point, I started to obviously suffer with an eating disorder. I was restricting. I was doing an awful lot of exercise, 15 hours a day, just cutting down on my food, weight training, not really realising I was actually having an eating disorder, although people out with friends, family and such like actually told me I had an eating disorder. I didn't even know what an eating disorder was back then, and I never believed that any male would actually suffer from an eating disorder. So over the next few years, I obviously left the slaughterhouse, and then I started to take not well. I was rushing back to the toilet, weight was dropping off. I had a nasogastric tube, which is a tube down your nose into your stomach to obviously feed you. And then I had a peg tube, which is a peg into your stomach to obviously feed you that way as well. Things were just not getting any better, guys, and I went away to Australia in the year 2000 to visit my family, and the way back after a 6-month visa there, I actually collapsed at the Glasgow airport and I suffered a massive heart attack and I passed away for 6 minutes, and I was in a coma for 3 months after that, and then I spent a whole year in the hospital. Got a little bit better at that point, fully recovered at one point. After that, maybe about 6 months to a year later, and I was away up to well over I overshot basically. So sometimes you do have to overshoot to actually fully recover, and I will say that to you, don't fear overshooting. Sometimes it's necessary to obviously heal your internal organs and such likes that's obviously been damaged by the eating disorder. So I met my wife, we obviously get married a few years later. Everything was going absolutely great. Life was brilliant. I was working in a warehouse. I was feeling absolutely great about life. Then my wife got pregnant, and I thought, this is everything. Everything's came together, and I was fighting for everything for my life to obviously get better, because I'd closed the eating disorder doors fully, because I knew that I had to be well to obviously to be a father, because it's something I always wanted to be. And then my wife suffered a miscarriage, and she suffered a few more after that, and things just get absolutely, life just seemed as if everything was going wrong. And then she was diagnosed as having polycystic ovarian syndrome, which turned out to be a misdiagnosis. She ended up having ovarian cancer and had to have a full hysterectomy, so that ended the chances of us ever having a family. But the most important thing was her obviously being healthy, because Laura's my world. She means the world to me, and I know she'll be watching this, and love you with all my heart, Laura. You're my best friend, and every day is a reason for me to keep fighting. Is for you and we're fur babies, because you mean the world to me. You're my biggest supporter. You deserve a medal for putting up with me, being honest. I've put you through some bloody hellish times, and I'll never forgive myself for that, but that wasn't me, that was eating disorder, and I hope people understand that. I've hurt a lot of people that I love, really, really badly at times because of eating disorder, just being a really nasty person, and you're just in that identity. Everybody that wants to help you, you think they're just wanting out to get you, and they don't care about you, and they want to put you in a hospital and all this, you know what I mean? Not want to save your life, they want to put you in a hospital, you know what I mean? That's eating disorder telling you that. But yeah, then my dad suffered a long-term illness because he had type 1 diabetes. He got an amputation in his left leg, and then later on down the line he suffered a massive stroke which paralysed his whole right side, and then me and my wife were caring for him because he was obviously wheelchair bound. He was like that for the next few years, maybe 3 years I would say it was nearly, and then at the end of 2014 he actually passed away after another fatal stroke and heart failure as well. And then I suffered renal failure. My kidneys and my liver and everything started to shut down because I just relapsed because of that. So my eating disorder has always been based around grief, guys. It's never been anything to do with anything other than that. It's been a coping mechanism because everything out my life seems to be out of control, and that seems the only way I can control my life. Not even intentionally doing that, but it just seems to creep in. Everything that happens in my life, stress-related things seem to kick it off there. So at that point, I was obviously admitted to hospital. I met a vegan in there, this girl Elizabeth, her name was. She obviously spoke to me from the heart about how my dogs were no different to a cow, a pig, a chicken, a fish, turkey, anything like that. It was just basically our own perception. And she told me how she had been vegan for nearly over 20 years, and it really resonated with me because I'd always known the ethical side of things. We obviously working in the slaughterhouse. I seen the tears in the animals' eyes. I seen the fetuses lying at the carcasses of the mothers. 150,000 pregnant cows each year are actually slaughtered in the UK. It's disgusting, and the way some of the slaughterhouse workers go on with the animals is terrible. But most of the guys actually do actually care for the animals. It's just they're doing a job, and I want to put that out there. But I came out of the hospital right away. I decided I needed to do something, so I looked up vegetarian first, seen all these things on YouTube, and then came across the vegan activist Michael Goodchild on there, seen all his stuff, went on his podcast as well. Immediately went vegan in January 2016, which was my 36th birthday. Then just before that, in December, I'd actually went to the Veg Fest, which was actually the thing that kind of really was the next stepping block to that, which is Veg Fest in Glasgow. I met the Save movement there, and I decided, you know, I'm going to go vegan, I'm going to become active. So on my 36th birthday, I went vegan, and then I became an activist right away there and then. And it's been a big struggle ever since, guys. Things have been up and down, and like I say, recovery is never linear. It takes an awful lot of things to obviously help you recover. Like I say, it wasn't one thing that caused you to have an eating disorder, and it's not going to be just one thing that's going to unlock that door and make you recover from an eating disorder. And like I say, I've always said that I don't recommend people do go vegan in recovery, because you've got to obviously analyse the reasons why you are going vegan. Is it for ethical reasons? Is it for food avoidance and to restrict, or a mask to hide behind the eating disorder? Because your eating disorder or voice will do anything it can to help stay there, because it wants to be on your shoulder screaming at you all the time and ruining your life. So you've got to look at that, and I would say you help yourself recover first, and then obviously go vegan if it's definitely for ethical reasons. But I just decided I was going to jump in. I've always been that kind of all or nothing type person, because I knew within myself that it was ethical reasons. I knew that, and I just thought, you know, I'm going to do it. And I fought tooth and nail to obviously go vegan with my eating disorder recovery team, actually saying that I shouldn't do it. Proved to them wrong. And now I've fully recovered, guys, and it's been everything that you guys have done for me. All your love and support means absolutely the world, guys. And I'm getting emotional here. I wanted to keep this raw, guys. I really, really did, because I didn't want to have any jump cuts or anything. I wanted to show you fully uncut and raw. And yeah, there's been an awful lot of the support. Like I say, my wife, Tobias, who's actually my athletic coach, I couldn't have done it without him. I've gained so much muscle being a vegan. And it's like I say, I've recovered from osteoporosis being a vegan. I was actually told by my eating disorder recovery team and specialists at the hospital that I would probably be in a wheelchair within a year, because my osteoporosis had actually curved all my back, and my bones were actually crumbling. So my DEXA scan had showed that, and then I went back for the DEXA scan only a year ago, and I'd fully reversed it, and all my skin's better. My digestion has still got a bit of a problem, which I do know has got nothing to do with veganism. Like I say, I'll put that out there. My digestive system was damaged so much with eating disorder. Like I say, I'd suffered a prolapse bowel thing, so I know that's out there, and I've just got to watch the fibre content I take, and soya products do seem to affect me, so I've went totally whole foods plant-based, and I find that's really helped me so much. So all you carnists out there that told me I would never do it and I was killing myself and veganism was the epitome of malnutrition, I've proved you wrong, guys. You can recover with an eating disorder. You've just got to do it for the right reasons. Like I say, my dear friend Lenny White Knight, which is the White Pariah Returns, she's been on my channel quite a lot. She's done the very same. We've recovered together. We met together through veganism as friends, and then obviously we're recovering together as well. It can be done, guys. You've just got to keep fighting tooth and nail. And like I say, I want to do more videos like this showing you how to recover from an eating disorder, and not saying that it will definitely help you, but sharing my experience and what's actually helped me. And I would love to coach you guys. So if I'm thinking about doing, obviously, for $1 a month on Patreon, you can have unlimited Skype calls with me, anything at all, email access to my Facebook, anything. You can private message me anytime, any day, and I'll help you out any way I can. If you would like to do that, I'll put the links down from my Patreon and below. Please go and do that. I would love to help and support you, because that's why I'm here. I decided I wanted to, back when I obviously had eating disorder and I went vegan, I decided I was fully going to commit to helping all beings, because I had lived a pretty selfish life, to be honest. Obviously, as a semi-professional footballer, it's all about you. It's all about being the best you can be. Veganism opened the doors my eating disorder had me believe it was going to close for life, and it gave me purpose in life. Like I say, all the fear foods that I originally had, I totally wiped out. Like I say, I knew everything I was putting into my body wasn't only helping me, but it's been helping animals, the people, and the planet as well, guys. Obviously, there is a lot of crop deaths involved with, obviously, crop farming. We'll not go into that, but at the end of the day, veganism is causing the least amount of harm possible, and that's what it's all about, guys, which is possible and practicable, causing the least amount of harm, and that's what veganism's all about, guys. But you can say, oh, there's no amount of difference when, obviously, this free-range farming and buying locally sourced meat and all that. Absolute nonsense, guys, because at the end of the day, animals don't want to die. They're dying unnecessarily. They've been killed unnecessarily. They're having their life taken from them. They're being subjugated, enslaved, and tortured. And if we can live, thrive, and survive without having to do that, why I'm vegan? I'm vegan because I wouldn't want anything badly done to me. It's a boycotting justice, and I wouldn't want anything badly done to another living being, whether that be human or non-human alike. So I'm going to go into Facebook and I'm going to show you some of the love and support I've had. A big shout out to everybody that's gave me love and support. Thank you very much to those vegan guys. They're absolutely amazing. Thank you much for your love and support. I love the shout out on your channel. Please go and check their channel out, guys. They're absolutely amazing. They do so much compassionate work. They deserve so much more support than they're actually getting. They bust their backsides to get the compassionate message out there for the animals and all beings alike. So please go and show them some love and support. It would mean the world, guys, and I would love to have them on the channel. But like I say, if you would like any support for eating disorder recovery, I would love to do that. It'll be $1 a month on Patreon. That's all I'm asking, and you can have unlimited access to my emails, Facebook messages, and obviously Skype calls as well, guys. That will be down in the description below. But let's go into Facebook and obviously Instagram and my other social medias and check out some of the love and support, and give a big thank you to all those amazing people. So guys, here we are on Facebook. This is my actual Facebook account. I put this post up actually saying, for anyone that says you can't recover from an eating disorder as a vegan, the first picture is 3 years to the day, which was 4 months into my veganism. The second is today, and the picture 4 is pre-veganism. At the time of my heart attack and coma, obviously I say that I won't go into how much I'm actually weighing in this picture. It says, I turn 40 next year, at the fittest of lifting heavier, building strength physically and mentally, and proud of myself, something I thought I'd never utter in my life again, and I've finally put 20 years of darkness, despair, torment and physical destruction behind me, and aim to keep using my voice to help all beings and show others that it is never too late to turn your life around. Keep fighting for the good fight and know that you have a life purpose, so live it to its fullest. And in any times of darkness, remember what that is and reaffirm it, why you must keep striving forward. I've included a little poem I've done and wasn't going to share it, but think it's poignant in this Mental Health Awareness Week. Included in photos, hope it helps, always here to help anyone. So a little photo I'm actually talking about is this one here. My poem called Simple Words of Wisdom. It means so much about recovery. Sometimes I pray to God to help me find my way. Sometimes I pray for strength to help me through the day. Sometimes I pray for faith to believe in my reflection. Sometimes I pray for help and ask Him for protection. Sometimes I hear His answer, so I'll share it in this rhyme. His simple words of wisdom, just take one step at a time. And that's exactly true, guys. That's what it's all about. But the love and support in this has been absolutely amazing. Let's say there's 426 likes, 232 comments. Absolutely amazing comments that for everybody. Like I say, I'll just go into some of them here. It's like I say, going into every single one, it's whoa. I mean, I could go on forever, but they just go on and on and on. It's from so many people. Lorna Reid, Claire Bennett, June Draper Asensio, Lauren Nosamoff, Jackie Campbell, Rosalie Avis, obviously Lauren Kerr. There's quite a few others. Amazing people, all people that have inspired me. Carrie Wheaton, Joe Joyce, Abby Woodbridge, Anna Burns, my friend Tina, Samantha Harlow McGuinness. There's so many. I say, obviously my trainer Tobias actually commented, Christina Claire Vlogs Mitchell, Bab Steele, another amazing person, Gillian Lindsay, Aisha Sheikh, Jayne Tear, Heather Combs, Eliza Bibb, Jason Bromley, who's that those vegan guys I was telling you about, Sparky Jones, another amazing person, Fiona Nichols, Ray Carroll, Annette V. Holden, beautiful soul, Joyce Shannon, Lauren Kerr, an amazing activist, an amazing person, one of the people that inspired me to actually get active and actually she basically took me unconditionally and just believed in who I was and took me for who I was, and that means an awful lot because she had every reason to doubt me. Denise Hill, and another amazing beautiful soul activist, Becky Eaton, Connie Lee, Colleen Cameron, a great activist and beautiful soul as well. Lisa Marie Ockey, a dear friend, a long life friend. Bill McMillan, absolutely great guy. So there's so many I could mention, guys. So over on my Tofu Tommy Facebook page, if you haven't actually checked me out on there, please go and do that. It would mean the world for some love and support. There's been an awful lot of great comments on there, guys. Like I say, a lot of the people, some of the people commented both. Like I say, that absolutely, what can I say? I'm just blown away by some of the love and support. Like I say, Rennie Brown, Janice Magaro, my dear friend Alan Skippin, Annette, Hat Cassie, Scott McConnell, Olivia Svensson, Beverly Smith, Ashley Nicole Rice, Jackie Rose, Arwin Hood is a dear long friend, Joe Joyce, Alan Daniels, Alexandra von Strier Henderson, Irene Fruto Sewell, I think that is, Sharon Brody, Jules Cronin, Sue B, Laura Petrie, another eating disorder survivor and pro recovery, doing absolutely amazing. Big shout out to her, much love. Anna Burns, Lindsay Stewart, Mike Harms, Emma Blakemore, thank you all for your love and support. Teresa Monday, Evie McNally, Lee Price, Vegan Roundhouse Kicks, Kirsten McSee, so many guys. Like I say, thank you all for your love and support. It really means the world. It really does. Over on Instagram, which I can't show you because it won't load on my computer, the White Knight returns, which is Lenny White Knight, eating disorder recovery, one of my dearest friends. We've recovered together, like I told you about. She says, watching you grow from strength to strength is an absolute joy. Like I say, proud of you, my dear friend, as we both overcame it, came the same, done it together. Means the absolute world. It really does, guys. There's been so much love and support. Vegan Anya, one of my dearest friends, she says, yes Tommy, looking amazing now, keep going, stay strong and be what you are, a blessed ray of light, of inspiration. I appreciate so much getting in touch with you and your awesome work, inspiring me to go vegan in January 2018, which empowered me to get nearly fully recovered today. Be proud of yourself and your work, sending much love as always. So I don't know if you can see that, guys. There it's there. Absolutely amazing. It means the world to hear that I've actually touched some other people's lives, and if I can even help one person, it's all worth it, guys. But I would like you to go and check out these amazing people, those vegan guys. Like I say, one of the greatest channels out there, full of love and compassion and support to each other. They done a video yesterday, Mental Health Awareness Week and Body Image. I think you should really go and check that out. Give them some love and support. It would mean the world, guys. Give them a subscribe. I don't want to obviously show you the video to ruin it. Please go and check it out yourself. Thank you all for your love and support. It means the world. I would like to do more of these, like I say. Obviously, check me out on Patreon. I would love to help you out in recovery as well, guys. Remember, as always, binge on life, purge negativity and starve guilty feelings, and be kind to every kind. The only difference is your perception, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Binge on life, purge negativity and starve guilty feelings. Speak to you all soon and love you so much.